The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, so sports concepts and rationalizations concerning the NFL coming your way. We'll do it in the next few minutes. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end, we will award a prize pack. Beef, do we have any tickets to Mile High in the head shops out there this week or no?
That's a negative.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a negative, Dan. We are going to send one lucky Guggen with a pair of tickets.
Did you say head shops?
Yes.
Isn't that what they're called?
Dan's in on it, man.
Yeah.
He knows all the lingo.
HMU if you want to burn.
We're going to send one lucky Guggen at the end of the 10-minute drill with a pair of tickets to go down to Daly's Place on Friday the 27th to see Brantley Gilbert in concert. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
When is that? When is this concert?
This is this coming up Friday.
This Friday,
the 27th. Yeah.
So the Weezer stuff is over for now, but the tickets are on sale.
We got in on that one early, Dan.
Okay, I'm just trying to keep track of the musical interests here in town, which
I bet you Denver's become a very popular road trip destination for NFL fans.
Because of.
Yeah,
maybe. All right, so listen, just a couple thoughts on each game as we whip around the NFL, but I'll give the Buffalo Bills some credit. They were about to blow and go back to being same old Bills, and actually blew a 14-0 lead. That should have been a lot higher. They dominated Cincinnati early on and didn't quite put them away. You know, we're kicking field goals, and you look up, and it's, you know, they got a touchdown and a 2-point, and a field goal, and it's 14-0. And all of a sudden, the Bengals have taken the lead, and Buffalo, when they had to drive at the end, Josh Allen took them down. They drove it, and they got a nice win at home to get to 3-0 with New England coming to town.
Well, the Bills have done what they're supposed to do. They've taken advantage of a really soft schedule. They beat the Jets and Giants on the road, and now they've come back and they've beaten the Bengals. You combine those three teams, they're 1-9 to this point, or 1-8 to this point. So the Bills have done what they're supposed to do there. Josh Allen is perfect for them the way they are right now because he can run the football, and even though he's not super accurate, you know, can keep drives alive that way. I worry about the Bills from this standpoint. They don't have you need at least one go-to receiver.
Yeah.
Their receiving group is awful. And your running back, I mean, I'm sorry, T.J. Yeldon's getting important carries down the stretch, and you're looking more like Jacksonville's fortunes,
right?
Well, it's Gore and him is who's running. So, I guess
Singletary kid's out.
But even still, so I worry about the Bills being able to maintain. But for now, all hail Buffalo Tom as Bills are 3-0.
There you go, Buffalo Tom.
Host New England this weekend. Dalvin Cook is proving that when healthy, you know, he doesn't have the fanfare, but he's one of the best backs in the league. Cook, I believe, a second-rounder the year that the Jags took Fournette number 4.
Yeah, and the Raiders are back to being the Raiders as they get blown out. Look, you may not be as good as certain teams, but you shouldn't be losing by 3 touchdowns if you've had a couple years to put a team together. And so disappointing performance by the Raiders. Speaking of disappointing, the team that I was thinking about this. I heard a lot of people laud the Miami Dolphins. You know,
for what? How they played yesterday?
Yeah, and so okay, they're so bad. They get beat 31-6, and we kind of applaud them.
They didn't cover. Meanwhile, the Jets covered in their big spread game, but no, I didn't take it.
The Dolphins are so bad because they threw some things at Dak. Like, Dak had one play, I don't know if you saw it, where they rushed 3, and he held the ball forever in a day, and then he threw a pick.
Yeah,
and you're like, what are you doing?
Just kind of floated it up for grabs.
So, but the Cowboys won comfortably 31-6. And although I do like the Dolphins
like
aqua unis. I thought those were nice.
Well, there you go. You had that.
A little color rush.
We'll always have the aqua unis.
Yeah, you tipped me off to the Falcons.
You were going to pick the Falcons, were you?
You had said the Falcons aren't going to win in Indy, and you had great disdain for
CBS 47.
CBS 47 for not showing the Colts to the Falcons.
That lingers.
And so I threw you a smart alecky text at 20-0 or whatever it was.
Well, it was never that bad.
You still want to watch them, and you're like,
yes, I do.
and then they scored again, and you said no.
And then they scored, and I was going to do it
mind.
back, but I didn't feel like continuing with the silly game at the end. It was a good game at the end of the day.
It was a good game.
A couple of things on the Falcons here. I consider myself a Falcons expert.
Yes.
They can't put 2 halves together so far this year in 3 games. And even bigger is they played 2 road games, okay? They got 3 points in the first half combined against Minnesota and Indianapolis. But Matt Ryan, who I was ready to send, to the bench in favor of Daniel Jones after the first half, then comes out in the second half and goes 19 for 20 for 250 and no picks and 2 scores. So,
that's nice win for the Colts.
Brissett looked good.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett played well. The Colts will be fine. Colts are going to be competitive. Listen, it wasn't a great day for the Jags. The Texans won out in L.A. They beat the Chargers, and that's something you don't want to see. because the Jags play the Chargers at home, but they're still going to have to, they need to win that game kind of to hold serve. So, bad day for the Jags in the AFC South in terms of the Colts and the Texans.
Two teams that had
both
chances to lose
wins.
didn't.
They both had tough games, and they both won those games.
Ravens and Chiefs were the game of the week. I mean, I think you hit it before. Patrick Mahomes, it's clear no one made any adjustments.
He's the guy.
No one caught up this offseason.
They didn't figure him out.
Like Baker Mayfield, you could argue they figured out a little bit.
Yeah.
He's come back and struggled here in his second year, but Patrick Mahomes in his second year playing looks pretty unstoppable. So, it's there for the Chiefs now, right? It's a Super Bowl or disappointment.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much.
And even making the Super Bowl will be a win.
And listen, the Ravens are good. Ravens I think are the best team in their division. Lamar Jackson came back a little bit, 22 of 43, 267, 70 rating.
I got backdoor cover. I got backdoor beat in that game in my 5-pack, which was, by the way, awful. More on that next segment.
Oh, okay. Ran for 46 yards, so a little bit back to earth, but they still were able to post 28 points.
Here's why I like
play
the
them
Ravens.
competitively.
The best free agent it's starting to look like the best free agent signing in all of football was Mark Ingram to the Ravens.
Mark Ingram.
We should have seen that coming. What a perfect fit he is for them. The Ravens have done a lot of winning.
He scored 4 touchdowns.
3. He scored 3. The Ravens have done a lot of winning by playing defense and running the football, and I challenge you to tell me since Ray Rice left, who they've had running it. I mean, it's a potpourri of averageness.
Mm-hmm.
Buck Allens and Kenneth Dixons and Gus Edwards.
Love
and,
Buck Allen.
Those type level players. Mm-hmm. So Ingram to them, 16 for 103 and 3. But the Chiefs, the Chiefs do get the win. Lions, Matt Patricia, 2-0-1. Nice win for the Eagles yesterday.
Yeah,
Eagles blew it.
Eagles are.
1-2.
It's interesting too. Nobody up there wants to ever blame Carson Wentz. The receiver, second week in a row, the receiver had it in his hands and couldn't hold on to it, and so they don't want to ever blame Carson Wentz, who looks okay to me, but doesn't. I'm not 19 to 36, 259. He played fine, but I'm not
19 to 36 in today's day and age is not a good day.
Yeah,
I mean, quarterbacks don't throw 55 anymore; they throw 85 if you play good.
Yeah.
Percent, I mean.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the Eagles 3 games in.
Well, they're 1-2, so you shouldn't be.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
I'm also not sold for some reason on the Packers, who are 3-0.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Mm-hmm. They just don't. Yeah, they're 3-0, but they just look. It doesn't look that way to me.
Game of the day: Giants Bucks.
Awesome.
Daniel Jones, what a performance! He looks again. You get too far ahead of yourselves, but
good debut.
Wow, what a debut! And the thing that I like most about Daniel Jones is some of the throws he made could only go in one spot, and he put them in that spot.
And his ability to run, save the game. They would not have won. It's not often you could definitively say something like
and
this.
Yet, through all that, the most fascinating thing to me is somehow, some way, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers still don't have a kicker. They're worse than the Chicago Bears. This should be a bigger story than the Chicago search for the kicker.
Wasn't the kid 3 for 3 before that?
But he missed 2 PATs.
Yeah.
8 straight years, 8 different kickers to start the season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They missed a 34-yarder to win the game.
You have to cut the kid today.
For sure.
There's no point in keeping him.
You can't do it.
It was right down the middle, Jeff.
I understand.
It was like close your eyes.
Yeah.
It was like paging Josh Scobie.
Yeah, it was terrible.
At 60, he would walk out there and make a 34-yarder. Might pull something, but he'd make it. I mean, there's no point in even keeping the kid now. I mean, I watched him and I said, this is not a gimme. This is not a gimme. And he walked out and they tried to give Arians a little bit of grief for taking a delay of game. I'm sorry, dude. 34-yard field goal. You ought to be able to put on a blindfold,
no doubt,
and kick it through the uprights. It was right down the middle, man. And so, good gosh.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I mean, Tampa, to their credit, Jones ran one in to give him the lead, and Winston
Jameis hit a play.
Hit Mike Evans.
Evans, by the way, finally had a huge game.
Yeah.
8 for 190 and 3 scores.
Jackrabbit looks like he may be done.
Yeah, that's who he beat. Janoris Jenkins.
Might not be much rabbit left in the Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit's getting up there in age, too, man.
Yeah.
Those paws are getting a little worn.
I saw a stat that, closest to the receiver stat, now he had the worst day in the NFL.
All right, no Cam Newton, no problem. I guess it's time for the Kyle Allen era.
What a performance.
Kyle Allen, by the way, another. These young quarterbacks are getting to the league. ready and roaring. I mean, they are just coming in, letting it fly.
The amazing story to me about Kyle Allen is that Kyle Allen and Kyler Murray were in the same quarterback room at Texas A&M, and Kevin Sumlin lost both of them.
Where did Allen go?
Kyle Allen.
He didn't finish. I thought he stayed there.
No, he ended up transferring to Houston.
Okay.
And
Murray, obviously.
And Kyle Allen lost his job at Houston and then decided to skip he had 1 year of eligibility left. He said, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going to the NFL draft. He didn't get drafted. But to his credit, he goes to Carolina. He beats out Will Grier. Will Grier should have been the starter yesterday.
Yeah.
Kyle Allen, unflappable,
and you know
played
they
very well. Now, can it continue? Who knows?
And you know they weren't totally sold on Kyle Allen, or they wouldn't have drafted Will Grier. So,
correct.
Kyle Allen, you're right. It's sometimes it's about saving your job, and
so
it's not always the starter.
Why would you ever take a quarterback with the first pick in the draft if you've got Baker and Kyler Murray both losing and Kyle Allen going out there and tossing 4 touchdown passes?
I will leave that question as rhetorical as it was intended, I hope. Texans, they just find a way, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, they lost that first game at New Orleans. They squeaked one out against the Jags. They're
annoying.
Yesterday
they're
at the
annoying.
San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles, who,
Deshaun
again,
Watson
my
had a
Chargers are
game.
terrible. It's just they're such choking dogs, those Chargers. They do it every time.
I was watching a little football yesterday with the boys, and I told them, I told the kids, I said, Phillip does what Phillip does. He gets them close, and then something happens, and he makes a funny face, and he walks off the field mad. Deshaun Watson was tremendous. There were 2 plays I saw where, I mean, I looked up, he was sacked, and I looked up, and he wasn't sacked.
One, he just completely popped out of the pile. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah. Might want to slow your roll on 10 carries for 19-yard Carlos Hyde, though.
Right. The Steelers are done, I guess. You don't come back from 0-3, 0-2, and
not without Ben
and missing a quarterback. Maybe if you win that game yesterday.
Yeah.
The 49ers are another kind of shoddy 3-0 to me, but they are 3-0, so that's what matters. Saints and Seahawks played out west. Bridgewater is not very good.
No, but they won the game.
Yeah, they did.
Man, that's shocking.
They hit.
Result.
You know why they won, Dan?
Shocking.
They had a kick return for a touchdown and a fluky fumble return for a touchdown. Those 2 defensive scores won the game for them. But they
care.
still won.
They
I
won.
don't either. Yeah.
And what's great is Peyton kept them out there. They stayed because they were in L.A.
Yeah.
So we're not going back to NOLA. We stay for a week. He circled the wagons, and he got them. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater threw 2 touchdowns, had no picks. He's never, he threw for 177 yards. Alvin Kamara was tremendous. He had a couple big-time plays.
He's going to have to be.
And listen, again, this is another case of let's stay afloat.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I would have never in a million years thought Seattle would lose to New Orleans and Teddy Bridgewater at home. And that's exactly what they did. They added a touchdown on the last play. They got whooped, by the way.
It wasn't as close as the score. They scored literally on an untimed down. That didn't matter. And the Seahawks could have gone to 3-0.
Right.
Which in that division looks like you're going to need with the 49ers and Rams. By the way, Rams last game, they win last night on Monday Night Football. And the story, though, is not about a Rams. It's about Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Who,
a little bit of a struggle.
It's a little bit more than a struggle. Baker Mayfield, I haven't looked yet, but I see his season numbers. He might be like the worst-ranked quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, boy.
His passer rating is 70. His QBR is like 30. He's got more interceptions than touchdowns. The Browns aren't winning because of Baker Mayfield. Mm-hmm. So,
Jeff, you said the 49ers 3-0 is flimsy, and you're tired of seeing the Browns on primetime. Good news. You're going to get both a week from Monday.
Browns again, 3 of the first
Bears
4 weeks.
Browns?
Well, next week is a huge matchup as the 0-3 Steelers host the 0-3 Bengals. But then the following week, it's 49ers Browns.
Oh, fantastic. All right, listen. We spun around the NFL. Let's do caller number 2 right now for the music tickets. Who are we going to see?
Again, we're going down to Daly's Place Friday night to see Brantley Gilbert in concert. Right. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
I have a pledge when we return, too.
A pledge when we return. Friday 5-pack results and some Gator football talk all coming your way in the next segment. And 641-1010 right now if you want those ticks.
The